So here we are. You were assigned here out of SEM, and you have been here ever since. You get here 30 years ago. Many people who were here when you first got here are already graduated to heaven. So not a lot of people may know the younger Jeffrey and what all that you did. Maybe talk a little bit about the seasons of your ministry from the time that you were called here to the time you got into the counseling piece of things.
Out of SEM, I was doing youth and family ministry. So we would do weekly Bible studies, just a lot of fun activities, overnight retreats at the YMCA, right?
Oh boy.
Those days when I could still stay up all night.
I was going to say, this was the lock-in era.
Lock-in era, yes. We would do retreats. We'd go to Timberley and we'd have a weekend retreat with 90 junior high kids.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I learned some interesting things. Those are years I will cherish for a long time. During that season, one of my favorite events was the family campout. Sometimes we had 50 different families.
50 families?
Yes, showing up at that family campout. In that season too was, like I did a lot of family seminars. So we'd have an all-day seminar and we'd bring in speakers and talk about family issues. The marriage retreat was another fun one.
Okay.
Yeah. They call the next season like the school season. The person who was teaching Spanish here took a call.
Okay.
And I said, I've been always interested. I love language, right? So then I had the opportunity to teach Spanish in the grade school for several years. And then, of course, the theater musical, that whole era. It was interesting because I remember how many did we do? And it's probably at least 12 or 13. It was such a joy because I love musical theater, and to be able to bring these kids into that and help them succeed.
See them come to life in a new way.
And it was really cool. Then, of course, you see them go into high school, and then they're in the musicals there and the leads and things like this. And they come back and say, I'm so grateful that we had that opportunity early because it really helped me.
So many of us here know you through the arts. I think that's one thing that you bring right away is your love of art. Where did your love of music come from?
I think it's always been there. I remember as a little boy singing in choir and just absolutely loving it. I remember wanting to play the piano desperately. And my parents were like, well, we don't have a piano. We don't have money to buy a piano. So when I was in high school, I took care of that all myself.
Really?
Yeah. Remember those days when you could actually order cassette tapes? Like you spent a penny and they sent you 30, right? Yeah. I got in this classical thing and I was ordering all this classical music. And my parents are wondering, what is wrong with this kid? All of a sudden,
usually they're going
loud classical music is coming out of my room. Strange child.
And how many instruments are you now up to playing?
Play the piano, the bass, and the viola. Besides vocals always been my greatest love.
When did the additional worship details kind of get put to you? Was that something that you were
somewhere in
to,
there,
or just kind of that add-on, or
kind
of
and again, I think
way?
it was another thing that I loved. I sort of said, hey, I'd be willing to do more of this. Started, I think, with just doing a little bit more of the worship planning. Then, my mind is always thinking, what else? What's next, right? And that's when we started talking about the contemporary service. And we began with a Sunday night contemporary service, and I look back and think, oh my goodness. It wasn't so good, but it was a start, right?
Yeah, right. You got to start someplace.
Compared to where we are now, it's just night and day. But that's where that idea came. I'm amazed at where we have come. All that time, I also did counseling. That was another thing that I really enjoyed. It's a long story to what got me into the counseling, but it's basically there was a member who needed some counseling. That situation was very challenging. Probably taught me the most.
Yeah.
And at the same time got me the most excited about trying to help people. So I've been doing that for quite a while, and that's really when this idea came into my head, like, wow, there's really a profound need here, and I don't know what I'm doing half the time, right? So my first thought, okay, I'm gonna bring somebody professional in.
Yeah.
Try to do that probably for at least over a year and a half, and you just couldn't find any professional Christian counselors who were in the area available. It didn't work.
Right.
So as we were talking on the team, it's like, well, maybe I'll go back to school and this will help us start it. And that was the beginning of this journey, this path that God really opened up that now is taking me in this direction.
As we kind of wind down our conversation, the things you're thankful for and the things that you want to leave the people here with.
The first thing that comes to my mind is the community. From the very start, my wife and I, and we had two kids and a third on the way at that time, just welcomed with open arms, that family type of feel where, people are concerned, interested, and supportive has only grown. Both my wife and I are so incredibly thankful for us being able to raise our family in a family like that. The generosity, the support, the encouragement, it's really amazing and overwhelming. I think the other aspect of that community is the staff. What an incredibly blessed congregation we are when we think about the staff. Always an amazing group of people to work with. Another aspect, I think, I'm doing a Dave Keel here with the alliteration, creativity. I feel like this church has given me freedom to take the gifts that I have, the interests, the passions, and to run with them. Like I said, I taught Spanish for a while, I did theater for a while, not normal pastoral type of things, but the congregation was very supportive. Using that creativity in worship, it blesses the church and God's people, and God is creativity. And just look at the world in which we live, the beauty and the design and the diversity in everything. And I think when we utilize that creativity, that gives him praise. The third one would be what I call Christ-centered care. And what I mean by that is that this is a church that loves Jesus, that loves the truth of God's word. And it's not just coming from the pastors, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it is coming from the pastors, and that's awesome. But I also see it over and over again in the people. You go visit someone, and they're going through this crisis, right? And inside, I'm like falling apart, like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. I'm so sorry. And they're like, it's okay. Christ has got us.
What are a few things that you would like our people to consider from your heart, things that you've learned over these 30 years?
The first one I think is love. Christ's call to us to love each other as he has loved us. This is a congregation that in many ways you see that love. Like our Friends in Need Fund, which just always amazes me. People who can't afford counseling or don't have insurance, we utilize that Friends in Need Fund, and all these years, it doesn't matter how many people need help, there's always plenty there. But if a need comes up for someone in the congregation, just like that, God's people at St. Paul's step up. It's beautiful the way that we see that love. And there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that no one even knows. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. These people are showing Christ's love in their life. And that's my encouragement, that St. Paul's would just continue to be that community of love. The second one is just to continue being a church that's willing to listen. What I've learned most, I think, through the years is that everyone has a story. So often you come in and you just kind of make an assumption that, this person is doing that because this or that or anything. But when we listen and we hear people's stories, that everyone is dealing with something, some kind of struggle, some kind of challenge. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, I guess I understand why. It's another extension of loving people by listening to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it helps them understand that they're cared about. They're important. They're worthy. The last one for me is learn. I am a learner. I love it. It's part of my makeup. So people will say, oh, Pastor, you taught me so much, right? But I just want to step back and say, this whole church, this whole experience has taught me so much. Whenever I end a counseling session, what I always say is, thank you so much. Because through this whole process, you have taught me. I learn and understand more about people, about challenge, about struggle. I'm going into this new endeavor, and I guess I want the people at St. Paul's to know that they're going with me because who I am has been shaped by all of these experiences. Whether we're celebrating a marriage and a baptism or whatever it might be, or the death of a cherished son in a motorcycle accident, God has used those to shape and form, and I can take that now and utilize that in the work that I'm doing moving forward.